Where does it start at now? It starts around here. Yeah. Okay. Well, interesting UI.
神々よ、ご覧ください。オンパロスは勝利を収め、
Okay, this is what
再
we
造
just
期が
watched,
間も
right?
なく訪れます。
We
し
can
かし、
skip through
本
it.
当に
Through
そう
it.
でしょうか。
Can we? Is there anything else
最
new?
近
I don't think so.
来世に暁を。
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. We can just skip through it. We just watch that. Right. Code. For who haven't gotten it yet, please take it down. You know what? You know I've missed so many of the codes since here, honestly. And it's forced me to having to buy primos. If only, well, I have been blessed by the gem gods recently, if I'm gonna be totally honest, and they have been very, very generous. Because I've gotten every character I've wanted so far. Let's hope I still have that same luck when it comes to Saber and Archer. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for The Sun is Set to Die special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems. Now we can
Sure
introduce
does.
ourselves. Hi,
Why does
everyone.
it do the same thing
I'm
with
fine.
Genshin? Genshin needs a
I'm so
complete
happy to be
reboot.
on the special program.
After playing
Hello,
Wuthering
everyone.
Waves, I gotta
I'm
agree with a lot of
an
people when they say that
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Genshin is
Of course we
way too
missed
slow.
you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart racing.
The burning sky and the fall of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosair companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth. So what do a few sacrifices matter?
Right.
Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward
Sorry,
the
guys, I
Era
have no
Nova.
But
no
in the
idea what
trailer
you're
just
talking
now,
about.
it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and
Which
I
one of them
think
are
I even
Finan
saw
again?
a different form of him.
The truth of
Oh, that's
Amphoris
a guy.
is about to reveal itself.
Okay.
I assume everyone can already tell that all that's
He's
happening
giving me
in
Sunday
Amphoris
vibes.
is not as simple as it seems.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed
It's interesting how they
unusually
made the
high-tech.
And when
they
the
made the
dawn device
entire
went
animation
out,
like a
many of
UI.
the structures in Akuma and the vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world
And
was
moving around the
peeling off.
characters as if you're moving
Why don't we
around
take a look
the
back at our whole journey
assets
so
on
far in
OBS.
Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Era Nova.
In addition, That Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysosairs. Rather,
Okay, no spoilers.
he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Kind
spoilers.
of information.
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these
Yeah.
records that we've kept,
Getting
you
to the
will
point.
be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoris's true nature.
Before,
As
as I've
in?
written, was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed.
All in all, it's been giving like Greek myth gods vibe.
It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphoris's secrets.
Indeed.
That's right.
True.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4.
Wait.
Aside
Let's
from
hear
the
that
major
again.
Updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is
Woo! So we're getting it, boys. Yeah, they just said it themselves. We're getting skip dialogue button.
finally going live in version
Finally!
3.4.
It's about time.
Story dialogue can now be skipped by section, with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way.
Yeah, it's about time. Like, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Penacony was pain. It was pain. Literally. Oh my
Now you can
god.
choose the pace of
It's about time
storytelling
they give
based
one.
on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned. But of course,
Oh,
as
recap.
we move into version 3.4, we
So now we'll be able to rerun over some story points then. Okay, that's awesome. I actually thought we had that already, but I never tested it out. I saw a part of the page where we'd see the quest lineup and alternatives, but I never tested it out to know if I thought we actually had it the entire time, but if they say they just added it, then good for them.
shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep
Oh, hold on, guys. Give me a quick sec. But let's get back to it. Editor, please edit the pause out, Yeah.
it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So
Okay.
don't miss it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice.
I can't wait to dive into the new story already.
Next, why don't
New
we
story
turn our
aside,
attention
I'm
to
more
our
happy
good
about
friend
the skip
Vine
dialogue button.
and take a look at his story together.
Show what's up. Looks like Leeway. Oh, he's a great sword guy, okay. Looks at the top. A one-armed great sword. Okay, bro is pretty much child and crack. Yeah. He's child if child was actually good, but like 10 times better. And don't get me wrong, but child is good, but that cooldown is awful.
What in the world happened to Finan to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know.
Yeah, he's giving
Now
me
he
Sunday
seems
vibes.
Strange and
Yeah.
formidable.
Oh, could you
yeah,
elaborate?
sure.
I remember
That's
when
one
our
way to
buddy
say it.
first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
all of us have high hopes for him.
Cool.
Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
Now I'm curious. Who was Finan like before he joined the Flame Chase journey?
Typically, guys
Was he one
like
of those
that
perfect
don't
kids everyone got
always end
compared
up the
to?
best.
Before the Flame Chase
Because the
journey,
expectations get too high.
guess
I
we've
guess.
got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
I guess,
It was.
yeah. It was.
And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well.
Bro, this is
There were also
definitely
beautiful
modded from
rivers,
Leeway.
mountains, and even a forest.
Am I tripping?
That forest was home to all
For real,
kinds
though.
of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what?
Don't get too excited now.
You won't have to imagine
It's still not better than
version
the skip
3.4,
function.
we get to explore ID's Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about
Finally.
Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the Flame Chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes, you've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Let's hope he's just the
And
hero
Boris
of
needed a
all
hero,
heroes and
so
not the
he
guy who
became one.
turns
The
bad
Chrysos
just
heirs
because
needed
the
hope
pressure is
and a
too
leader.
much.
So that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted.
Spoilers.
His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphoris are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then let's let everyone
One
experience
thing
it
for
all
sure,
themselves in version 3.4.
the design for
Now let's take a look at how
the
Finan
design for this
forms
stream
it
is
back.
giving me ideas for
You got it. I'll
For,
first show up in the familiar form everyone
how I wanna
knows.
decorate mine.
When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
just like a build up.
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability.
Okay.
If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
Damn. So
When I use
DPS
my
lever.
ultimate, I'll create
I
a
wonder if
territory
he
and transform.
After
Based on his
transforming,
animation, he
Biden
really
powers
looks
up massively.
like
Teammates temporarily
Acheron
retreat
level.
and can't take action.
Let's hope
so
his
he
damage
faces
is
the
also
enemy
Acheron
head-on
level.
with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Biden's teammates still stay
Bruh,
active.
are you telling me that
provide
he's a
him with
physical
much-needed
damage type?
support.
I thought it was
Exactly.
imaginary.
After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: creation, calamity,
Oh,
and
bro's in the
foundation.
group too.
Each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the creation titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the calamity titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action. During which I receive reduced
So bro is typically bro is typically like this. Yeah, bro is basically this. It sounds like he absorbs power from the Titans. Reminder, I'm not there in the lore yet, so I'm just guessing. But yeah, it seems like Ichigo after he got lent some power from hell.
damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all
Loving
enemies
the new
with extra
animations, by
damage.
the way.
Once all his actions have been used up, Biden
Makes
will
bro look
unleash
powerful
one
as
final blow,
fuck.
hitting all enemies before removing the territory.
Greek
Biden's
god
technique
mythology
is pretty
type.
unique too. Upon casting it, Biden instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without
Damn.
even triggering a battle.
Okay.
Wait, all
Okay, I'm getting
enemies?
this guy. He'll be the first guy I pull
Of
for.
course, power comes with a cost.
What's the
This
cost?
technique consumes 2 technique points.
Wow,
If the technique
okay.
misses, it won't cost any points.
Oh,
When Biden's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
damn.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate
Wait,
energy from my
so
teammates.
okay,
In addition, at the
okay.
start
So
of
I
each
get what
wave, I'll deal
HSR is
damage
trying to
all
do.
enemies and
They
gain
bring in this
Scourge.
guy. He looks really amazing. Has some really.
Now that we've wrapped up
He looks really amazing. Has some good talents and skills, right? But guess what? Right after, we're gonna have. Say it with me. Saber and Archer. Right. They want us to spend. So guys, we just gotta choose from early because this is gonna be crazy. They're putting 3 great characters, one after the other. And no one, not even you F2P players, will be able to farm enough to get all 3. Cause being honest, a lot of you are gonna feel 50-50 twice or thrice for all 3 characters. Maybe some people are lucky enough to get it on the first pull.
Biden's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jing Liu are all getting some serious enhancements.
Oh, so we're getting buffs too. Okay.
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf. After the optimizations, her
Wait, isn't Silverwolf already like cracked, or did she get power crept? Why would she be getting a buff if she's already this good?
ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, so it's AoE
wait,
now, not single
wait.
target.
Exactly.
Okay.
Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Damn.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up,
Okay.
Kafka. After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces,
Okay.
the follow-up attack can
Damn.
also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks,
Well, now.
better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters
Well,
the spectral
damn.
transmigration state, she'll
Okay.
also gain a stack of syzygy.
Well,
That
now.
means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old
Okay, well, yeah, these characters were already OP, but I gotta say these are some great improvements. Nonetheless, it actually some what would you call them again? Quality of life changes for these characters, because those are some really good changes. I doubt anyone asked for them, but they do work out great. I still need to get Silver Wolf for myself though, and my girl Kafka. Yeah, next
French
time they
are
come
getting
around, I'm
some
getting
solid
them.
upgrades. But with
Blade is on standard banner currently, right? Or did they only make it that we change the lineups for whoever we would lose 50-50 to?
all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits,
Please.
making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely, so choose whichever version you like best. For more
Oh,
details,
well,
be
that's
sure to keep an eye
interesting.
out for official announcements.
Sounds good.
Aside from the ability reworks,
Yeah.
one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Who's that?
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive, is making
Okay,
its
right.
debut.
So I was correct. She's getting a
Look
skin.
at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Woo! Firefly schoolgirl outfits. Woo, right, yeah. Don't get me wrong, she looks beautiful, as always. Yeah,
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
for real.
And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Oh,
Well,
she
Miss
didn't get
Coffee does have an office style.
she didn't get a
talk a lot
typical
about it behind the
childhood, didn't
scenes.
she?
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces
forgot
it
her
up during
lore, but
downtime to match her outfit
I think
changes?
she went through a
Oh,
lot of
totally
lot of
possible.
stuff growing up.
If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric shards. And again,
So it's not
please
free.
Stay tuned for further details and
this.
future official announcements.
Okay.
Next, let's take a look at this version's banners. In version
Yup.
3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Finan.
Yeah,
The limited
finding.
5-star light cone, thus burns the dawn, will have a boosted drop rate. Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance. The story's next page is
So we're
being
getting a
added to the
lot
first
more
half
Remembrance
banner.
characters now, it
At the same
seems.
time,
Treeby's
also
coming
kick off
back.
a special
Wow,
warp
of
event.
course. I
Limited
told you
5-star
they would bring
characters.
someone that...
Treeby, Sunday, and
told you they would
Sparkle
bring
are
someone
coming back.
else that everyone
Plus,
wants.
5-star light cones,
As usual.
time or a flower. A
Oh,
grounded
she's
ascent.
coming. Yeah, I don't care
Early
about she.
Escapade will
I already
return
got
as
her,
well.
but I
In the second half of version
I've barely used
3.4,
her.
we've got another
Firefly
round of
is
special
coming
events.
back.
Limited 5-star
Woo!
characters, Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones.
Okay.
Where about your
Well, that's
dreams
pretty
rest,
sweet. I need
I shall
Firefly.
be my own sword
Firefly
and the
versus
unreachable
Jingliu.
side.
Who? No idea.
Two of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback in this version. What about Kafka and Silverwolf?
Here's a little sneak peek. Limited
Yeah.
5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5.
Huh.
And the limited 5-star light cones, Patience is All You Need, and Incessant Rain will rerun as well.
Just make Blade permanent on the...
Also, 8 new
On the-
4-star
on
light
the
cones will
standard
be
banner.
added to the Nameless Honor
Might as
Rewards
well.
in version 3.4.
I see quite a few familiar faces on the light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Looks like Finan really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
For real.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of comfort.
Chibi baby! Oh, wait.
All right,
Um,
let's take a quick break.
This girl is
There's some
coming
more version
to
3.4
Cypher, yeah.
content coming your way.
Fuck, I still haven't built Cypher. And get this code too, guys. But yeah, as I... Hey bro, what's up? Thanks for making it to the stream. I'm just rewatching the live stream today for HSR, which they got a lot of worthwhile changes coming, to be honest.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony.
Yeah, I'm not interested in the events.
Origami Bird class
Let's go
is about
ahead.
to return in version 3.4.
Oh, is that the cute match 3?
Dreams and revelry by the sea.
Term
Light for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams and Revelry by the Sea, will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ah, why did my seat collapse?
Really now.
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Off-White
No
exhibition
more
will begin in
events.
July.
Okay.
This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events participate and watch in peace.
All right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar,
Yeah, I
shareholder
really
of
don't care about the events. Goodbye.
with the trail.
and who
Okay.
as to what stories will unfold in this sweet dreams
Yeah.
and the Holy
So we're getting
Grail
a story.
War,
Okay,
and
awesome.
Who will forge a contract with who? Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's
Bruh,
a
so
reminder
not even a
that the
trailer,
Honkai
huh?
Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th.
So we are getting a whole
Let's
we
learn
are
more
getting a
about
Holy
Saber
Grail
and
story
Archer,
then.
Our two heroic spirits from another world.
Uh-huh.
Yes!
Saber!
Seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all.
So we're going right
You
back
gotta
to
dress up
Penacony
for the
then.
occasion.
Okay.
Exactly right. The King of Knight's new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains their iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior.
Although
The
Saber
lines
typically
along her
tries to
shoulders and her
avoid
cloak
looking like a
are
woman.
straightforward, but the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
Oh, so we are getting something. Okay.
いつでも出陣でき
Saber!
騎士の魂よ
Excalibur! So bro, we still won't be able to see her weapon? Yeah, she definitely gotta be a win-based character.
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh,
Okay, they could have at least showed her ultimate.
talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach.
Have you met a woman who isn't a bit of a foodie? I think not.
Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind
so they're gonna
character
take it
following
serious
the path
now.
of destruction.
Okay.
Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will
Thought
obtain
you were- I
combat
thought you
buffs and
guys were
also
planning to
more
hide
core
it
resonances
until
after
the
entering battle.
release.
When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Ah. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there
eyes,
are.
of course.
Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold,
Okay.
King of Knights has dispelled.
So we can get a lot more
the
power
barrier of the Wind
out of her
King
then.
around her sword,
So we need
releasing
people who-
high-pressure air in the blink of an eye.
So we're pretty much gonna need people who gets a quick ultimate like Chibi for one, since Chibi is good with follow-up attacks as well as she adds extra damage, or does she reduce his defense? I forgot. Or the other person that I know has quick ult up is Herda. So when the HSR guide makers start dropping those teams, they're gonna be great. They got a lot of options.
Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her
Let's
ult,
hope they
Saber will
won't
deal damage to
make
all
her
enemies
way
and turn
too
her
weak,
basic attack
because I expect
into
a lot
enhanced
of power to
basic
come
attack.
from her.
Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies.
We
and
can't have
provide
another
Saber with a
Aloy
certain amount
Aloy
of
incident.
core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
Ah. So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's
So
right.
she has
Not
a
only
quick
does the
out
sword
of time
bear
then,
the King of
okay.
Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once.
And what
fought
about
her in
Archer?
battle. All right, that concludes.
Where's my boy
Saber's
Archer?
introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit.
Yeah.
Archer.
My boy.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new outfit too.
Bruh.
He even changed where his accessories go.
You know,
His
I didn't
decorations
even
down on his
notice that
chest are now on his shoulders.
he has
Sharp eyes
changes
you've got
made to
there,
him. He
kids.
looks the same.
Archer's
most
new
part.
outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look.
No
Sharp
complaints about
contrast,
his design.
Reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
My boy Archer. The fuck is he doing with a butt? Oh, okay, good. That must be a meme or something. Is that his ultimate? So he's I am the bone of my soul. Sword. Or is that his ultimate?
Oh, so that's unlimited blade works? Oh, quite impressive indeed.
Well, no.
After all,
No, I don't know
Archer
who to
is a
get.
season veteran of war.
3 characters. 4
Bone of
characters.
my sword.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
thing
lucky
sure
enough to get
brings
them
back a
all.
lot of memories.
So, for those
I
F2P
agree.
players out there,
Well, then,
please
let's take a
decide
look
from
at
early
Archer's
and
combat
save
performance
from now.
detail.
Because we have way too many high demand characters. And I'm guessing I'm not the only one who has an issue choosing right here, right now. But go for only your favorite characters, who you want the most. No overspending. You gotta spend responsibly. This is still a gacha game, so they want you to spend. Just don't overdo it, please.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill,
Archer will never slack off.
consume 2 skill points
Archer
to enter
trusts
the
no
circuit
one.
connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy. While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads
Damn.
up, the more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After
Well, that's crazy.
Everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use their noble phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart
Oh,
from
so
damaging
that's
the
it.
enemy,
Okay.
Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for
So
the
does
team.
that include follow-up
In that
attacks?
case, there's no need to worry about running
So he
out
can
of skill
follow up
points
after a
again.
follow-up
He
attack.
just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's
And what
introduction.
element is he? Of
Now,
course he's
I have
quantum.
big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free.
Woo! Okay, we're getting Archer for free. Okay. Damn, so first anniversary they gave away a character. Now we're getting Archer for free, boys. Yeah, we eating good.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah! How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later
Damn.
this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free.
And who's that?
Awesome!
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now.
Yeah.
I'm not quite done yet.
Huh?
Besides claiming
Hold on. You're not
Archer,
going to tell us? Yeah.
Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow,
Okay.
how thoughtful.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner details. Once the
Yeah.
collab starts on July 11th, Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity
I
counts
see.
are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth
Okay,
mentioning here that the
that's
character
fucked up.
and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
Does long term mean
2
even
months?
after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones?
Exactly. These
Oh.
collab banners will run
Oh,
across multiple
so there's no
versions
rush.
with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nuts!
No fixed end
And
date
here's
yet.
one more piece of
Okay, so this is
for
just gonna
you
be
all.
another incident
Throughout
with
the
Dr.
entire
Ratio.
duration of
Ratio.
version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps, bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend the designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn.
Throughout all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Hold on, I don't get that.
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セーバー役のカスメ役です。
Guys, please
崩
get
壊
that
スター
one.
レールと
And now
フ
the
ェイト・ステイ
code
ナイト・アンリミテッ
for
ド・ブレー
those
ドワークスのコ
interested
ラボ
in
が間もなく
collecting
開
as
催とい
many
うことで、
primo gems as
私も
you're
とてもワク
interested in getting. Right?
しています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い、新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイト・ステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイト・ステイナイト・アンリミテッド。
Well, guys, I'm gonna end it there. That's as much stuff that I think we need to be interested in. Yeah, see?
You a serious boost in battle.
Yeah. I don't care about that part. But there's so many new things coming to HSR, which I am very, very excited about. I'm sure you guys are too. So, when I post this, I want you guys to tell me what you're excited about the most. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/Fuyonix. Thank you, guys.